Alright guys, this is Valin here with Valin Games, and we're going to be continuing to work through the hard level challenges for the Daenerys Targaryen Field of Fire challenge event, moving on right now into hard 7. Much like with the last couple levels, I have not really attempted this previous to it. I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into, and I have not upgraded my Daenerys at all since I did 6. I want to continue to run these in as challenging a possible way as I can for you guys, so that you can really get a feel for the strategy that I employ. Going ahead, I'm going to place I'm going to keep Daenerys where she is. We're going to put, well, you know what, I take that back. We're going to move Daenerys here because I want my bowmen set up behind those barriers. And I'm going to move him here. I'm going to actually juggle him back and forth with this guy, but I do want him within striking distance early on, since on his first turn he can hit without getting counterattacked if he's within 3 squares of an enemy. So I do want to take advantage of that if I can. And then finally I'm going to place my greatsword here. I have a feeling the abilities we're looking at are going to be very similar to previous levels, and yes, the shieldsmen here do in fact continue to have that healing ability unless they're actively being burned. Great swordsmen, if they die, they're going to help our cooldown, so we'll definitely hit those with Daenerys' fire. Yep, it looks like everything is pretty much the same from previous levels. Bowmen can give vulnerability by hitting an enemy with their main attack, and those horses help reduce the amount of damage that their allies take, but again, there's only one of them. So, thinking through my target priorities here, I'm kind of torn between the shieldsmen and the greatswords. Greatswords are going to help me reduce my cooldown, so I think I still might hit them first. No, I take that back. I think what we need to do here, start with those shieldsmen. 2 of them can provide some significant healing, and those great swordsmen are going to take a while to close in. So I think if we start by kind of hitting those shieldsmen, or at least weakening them, that's going to be the biggest help to us. So I actually almost regret my setup now a little bit, but that's all right. We're just going to move on up here, get within range of these shields, so that we can start working on them. Alright, let's lay a smackdown on these guys. I don't want to mess around with them at all, I just want to take them out. I'm not going to bother using my main ability on that bow here for right now. I'm going to save that towards the next turn so I can start getting him to weaken those guys that are incoming. We'll position the shieldsman there to start running some interference. There we go. Now we can start messing around with this. I'm going to move him over 1 space so that I can get more oh, nope, I miscalculated that. Nope, I think I'm happy with the first one there. We're going to go back to where we were, and we're going to hit him. That's how we're going to maximize the area of effect. That's going to allow our shieldsman to take out the bow, and so far we are doing exactly what I wanted to be. Let's get our great swordsman in here. They're not getting past these 2 guys for a little bit, which gives us some time to hit them with that dragon fire, and really start moving along nicely. Still 1 more turn to wait on Daenerys' cooldown, so we're just going to keep at it in the meanwhile. I'm not going to bother sending my shieldsmen to engage those great swordsmen. They'll kick his butt. But I'm not terribly worried about them now that we've got all the other support units out. So let's hit them with the fire. That's step number 1. Beautiful. Bowman takes him out, and we can start closing in with our greatsword. maybe even get him moving in there, because now I don't mind using him for a bit of melee, just to speed this up a smidge bit, if needed. Bowman's going to take him out. I'm not even going to need a melee. And that's it. Hard 7 is finished. I hope that gave you a good feel for the strategy there. Without those shieldsmen to heal, truthfully, these levels are not that bad. There. Alright, so we're going to move on to number 8 right now. Obviously, since I only just passed 7, I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into. But that's just fine. Should be fun. So, glancing at this, we've got 2 bowmen. I think we can still assume the same abilities on everything that we've seen previously. Yep, they're all pretty much identical ability-wise. Only one healer, that's going to be nice. What I've got to determine here, however... Okay, I'm going to keep Daenerys where she's starting, because that's going to limit the number of people that can come at her, and the most likely one to take that slot is going to be this horseman right here, and she can handle him easily. We're going to pop our Great Swordsman front and center as always. He's our Breet. We're going to pop our Shieldsman off there on the end, and then loop in our Archer right there, and we are good to go. My target priority is going, as has been previous, is going to be the Shieldsman followed by the Bowman. And I think if we do it that way, we're going to be golden. So let's go ahead and start taking down that shield. Move the great sword up a little bit. My shield isn't going to do much damage here, but we might as well do a little bit. And we're just going to leave it at that. The horseman will come to Dany if he goes that direction at all. No need to move her up just yet. I may do that when we hit them with the fire, just so she's available in case I can sneak in a counterattack there. In fact, yes, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now we will maximize who we can get in here. Looks like everyone but one horse. I'm perfectly happy with that. One of the bowmen is down. So far, so good. If we move our bowman up one more turn, we can get 4 guys in on his area of effect. That's going to be great. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use our shield to take out that bow. That way I can make sure my greatsword takes out the last shieldman. And all we have left to do is horses. This is easy. Yeah, with that burn, those horses aren't gonna be long for this world. So let's go ahead and start taking these guys out. And that way I can use my bowman on this guy who has the highest HP left. I'm even gonna hit him with Daenerys a little bit. There's only so much he can do to her. Yeah, beautiful. It is unlosable at this point. In fact, just for shits and grins, we're going to hit him with Daenerys one last time. Excellent. And that is hard 7 on my first attempt. Not going to complain about that. Beautiful. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscriptions are particularly important. They help you know when I'm putting out more helpful content, and they help me by continuing to spread my channel and give me incentive to continue putting out my content for you, which I hope you are finding helpful. Anyhow, on my next one, we'll walk through the last couple levels of hard, and we will call it a day, because that will be the end of the Daenerys challenge. Anyhow, have a good one, guys. Stay safe.